to yourselves. Now this one, I'm going to do one here today by Herbert, and this one's called Carn Brea. 'Tis Boxing Day, and we've got Carn Brea see the hounds meet, said Mother. Bit of a walk will do us all good. Get your boots on, Matty, and Richard Henry, put away your marbles. 'Twill give us about an hour there, said Feather. If we make haste, we can catch a tramcar. That's one thing I've always been told, replied Uncle Matty. Never run after a tramcar or a woman, 'cause another one will be on in a minute. Mother said you went work one day and went so fast you met yourself coming home. I've been like that myself, said Feather. Don't know if I'm coming or going. The hounds meet 11 o'clock. 'Tis grand to see them coming. 'Tis grand to see them coming on. We can take a bit of heavy cake, keep us from blowing away. My feet are some sore, said Uncle Matty. I aren't used to much walking. Got walk everywhere here, remarked Feather. If you get married, you got walk up the aisle. Sides, 'tis they Yankee boots you to wear, like the ones I'd seed up in winter. Cameron marked nothing like leather. It was 10 o'clock. They were all ready to go, and off they started. We shall miss the baby show, said Richard Henry. There's a silver cup to be given to the best baby in the show, to be held for 12 months. They're welcome to hold the baby for 12 months, said Feather. 5 minutes is too long for me. There was a tramcar wedding, and they were soon all aboard. 3 tickets and a half for Lucken Highway, asked Matty, who was the guest and was expected to pay. Here we are, said Feather, faster than the donkey can go. Got a long climb, reach the top. I wish I'd never brought that cake. Heavy cake is a good name for him. Anyhow, how are all they big rocks up there, said Richard Henry. I don't know, said Feather. They was up there last time I was here. I can't go no further, cried Uncle Matty. My poor feet, I got to sit down. All right, remarked Feather. You sit down and you can go up top, Richard Henry. Safe piece of cake for me, he replied, as he started to climb up the hill. He had not gone very far before a man on horseback come up to him and asked if he'd seen a fox running that way. Like a brown dog, is there? Eh, said the man, that's it. Got a short nose. Well, yes, you are right. With a long bushy tail. Yes. Which way did he go? No, I haven't seen nothing like that, replied Richard Henry. There were hundreds of people up top of Carn, and Richard Henry was so interested in the pack of hounds and the riders with their red coats. He forgot the time and enjoyed himself running around. He was surprised to see Feather climbing up over the rocks after him. You'll have it, said Feather. Wherever have you been? Mother is down there in some way. Don't you know what a time? 'Tis nearly tea time, and we've ate all the cake. Where's the house of water, said Richard Henry. I want a drink. I'll leave you in, and if you don't come on, said Feather. I can hear Mother screeching from up here. Mother was delighted to see Richard Henry again, and asked if he enjoyed himself, and did they catch a fox. We shall catch cold sitting here, said Matty. What a place 'tis. No pub, no nothing. Yet they say to make a pretty picture. I would have a nap if I thought the boy would be away so long. Have a nap, said Mother. You've been sleeping for 3 hours. I could do with a cup of tea. We'll have a tea up Camborne before we go home. 'Tis Christmas time, and we'll have a treat. It was a usual football match between Reduce and Camborne, so the tramcars were loaded with men returning from the match at Reduce, and would not stop. One after another passed them, and they were waiting for an hour. They decided to walk home. Uncle Matty had taken off his boots and was carrying them over his shoulder. When I get home, said he, I'll stop there. I went and moved for weeks. Of course, when they arrived in Camborne, all the shops were closed, being Mara upon Christmas Day, said Feather called it. Another mile now, said Richard Henry. Tell us a story, Uncle, to pass the time away. Little Willie had a watch. He swallowed it one day. Now he's taking pills to pass the time away. I can't think nothing but my poor feet. Good job I haven't got more than 2. Oh, shut up about your feet, said Mother. Everybody got something. The woman next door to we got black beetles. Last week she asked me what's good for them. I told her about an insect powder. 3 days later she said to me, I thought you said that powder was good for black beetles. I took 3 doses and they're still running round. I know a man once that used to walk in his sleep, but he was cured of that. How? Said Matty. Oh, they put a bath of water down the bottom of the stairs. Walking in, did he? Yes, caught a cold and died. But it cured him of walking in his sleep. Run along in, Richard Henry. Open the door and put a match to the fire. I never want to go up Carn Brea no more, said Mother. If they want hunt foxes, they can. I'd rather stay home and look out the window. Make home the door. Now this